the fuck is McClay? Got both of us. You can see everything I'm doing.
Yeah.
Is he in it, Tyler?
Tyler's not in right now.
Okay, cool. This is the Bogcast. This is the Bogcast episode 19. Tyler Silva. And then if you could do it to that camera, it's kind of a thing.
Yep.
We do.
Episode 19.
Cool. All right, you rolling, bro? You don't have, when you say action, you don't have to do that part anymore. Actually, you don't even have to look at the camera. You can tell us action.
Action.
Yeah. Oh wait, turn it. Oh, hang on. Oh shit! I know you do. See the clicks on? I knew it. You guys don't hear that click?
No. Yeah, I hear it now.
I hear the click.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite songs, Within the Ruins. You a Nintendo kid?
Little, yeah.
Oh shit!
You catch any of this?
No.
You will here in a second.
Thanks again to Within the Ruins for allowing us to use their music on my podcast.
Nice.
They're the only band that lets me use their music on my podcast, but they're also my favorite. So kind of lucky on that. Hell yeah! We just like to rock out a little bit.
Absolutely.
That right there's from Contra. Sounds like Contra.
Sorry, brother.
Yes.
Yeah. Right? Kind of sounds like Contra right there. Check. I'm out. You took me out.
That's so tight. That riff is so sick.
Check.
Fucking bad. Can you hear it?
You can hear it?
Hell yeah. Well, this is the Bogcast episode 19. We got a very awesome guest in the house today.
Word.
He's in a badass punk band called the Rundown Roommates.
Yeah, and I'm now also playing in a band called Squared. That's been my new, little project that I've been...
Square?
Squared, yeah.
Oh, sweet, dude.
The band was formerly known as Alex Squared, and they were going through just a change in lineup, and we had played a lot of shows with them just before. They've been in the scene for a while, and my bass player does other projects, and so does my drummer. So I wanted to do something else when we were in the off season of Rundown, and I ended up playing with. I've been playing with Squared, I want to say, for like maybe the past 6 months now.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. So
you guys been playing out and shit?
Yeah, we
wow.
last night we played. Actually, Rundown Roommates opened up for Squared.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we played at the Tempe Tavern last night for the lead singer, Alex Gio, and Meatbag, the drummer. It was their birthday, and they always throw a show for it for the most part. Like, they really try to throw a really fun show. And so we got fucked up last night.
Hell yeah. Fucking waking up hungover and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. That's when you know it's a good show.
Oh, yeah.
What did they say? Yeah, because I was gonna ask you about that because that was the first show for Rundown Roommates in over a year, right?
9 months. 9 months, like a whole pregnancy.
So why did you guys take off that break?
It was so our drummer is a music teacher, and he's been going to school for it. You know, he graduated college and he got a teaching job. So we just kind of wanted to give him some time, and maybe we were gonna see like what we could take, but we spent most of the time recording. a good majority of it recorded.
You mean during that 9 months?
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't a break. You guys were just getting your shit together.
Yeah,
back and writing shit. And...
Yeah, we're about to release a project next month called Rundown Roommates Just Moved In, and it's 5 songs featuring like 13 different people from like 6 or 7, maybe 8 other bands in the scene.
That's fucking cool as shit.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Really, really excited about it. We've been, kind of releasing little teasers here and there. I did another podcast, Me Bag and Geo Hour, and got to show off a little bit of what we've been working on. But we have members doing guitar solos, vocals, like all sorts of just really, really fun stuff from bands that took us in, I guess.
Oh, that makes it even better.
Yeah, whenever I see a band live, it's one of those things I'm like, I want to be that good. Or like, I could do something differently, you know what I mean? Like, definitely do something differently. And then like those people talk to you after like, "Fuck's up, dude?" I'm like, "Hey."
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what makes any creative scene good, in my opinion, is when you have people in that scene that are going to functions, doing cool shit with other people in the scene, and like when you get to that point where there's all those people around and you're watching them do their thing and you go, fuck, I need to be better.
Yeah.
I fucking love that moment right there.
It's really cool, like especially when it comes to, I guess, like just stage presence. I love being on stage. Like it's very natural for me. It's like a huge, just like whenever I'm on stage, I feel like the way of the world is just gone.
That's fucking
cool. I mean?
Yeah.
So like some people get nervous or whatever. I'm like, I don't even care if I fuck up. Like I'm just gonna make the best of it. Like
yeah, man. Most people won't know.
Yeah, most people won't.
Very true.
And
very true.
we call it out too. We're like, you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, just own it, right?
Oh yeah, gotta own it. Like,
hey man, I heard The Cure never play one song the same ever.
Oh no.
And I think that's just an easy way for saying that they fuck up a lot.
No, actually, because when we did that Cure cover concert, I had to learn like 8+ Cure songs. It was the hardest shit to learn because I would try to see how they did it live, and you were right. I'd be like, what the fuck? This isn't in the song. And put it on vibrate, McClay.
All right.
Ooh, I better do mine. Good call, everybody.
Even
motherfuckers.
Right in the middle of a fucking great story. Keep going.
No, you're good.
No.
Fucking Walgreens.
It is. It's fucking Walgreens, man. That's what happens when you
I fucking forgot what I was talking about.
And then be like, The
Cure.
Cure.
The Cure, yeah. And when I'd watch the videos on there, I was like, this isn't on the song. And then I would try to look up a different live version to be different, and I'd be like, what the fuck? But you're totally right. They would just kind of, I don't know about every time, but there's multiple versions of their songs all over the place. So
yeah,
it's kind of interesting.
That is really cool.
Did you so were you playing out the other band Squared in the meantime out, like, because you said
we played last night, and then so bad at this, the next show that I know we're playing, and I just can't remember, like I think we have 3 more after it. I just don't know when they are, but I know the next one is we're going to Vegas to play with our homies Call Shot, June 8th, whatever that weekend is.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna zip up there and hang out with those guys for the weekend, play a show. I can't remember the name of the venue either, just because we play locally so much. So like, oh, I know what venue we're playing, but I can't remember the name of the venue. But Call Shots come out here and played with us at the Yucca a few times. They're really, really fucking cool guys. Good band. So I'm really excited. This is gonna be like, for me, like kind of my first step into touring out a little bit or just playing out of state.
That's exciting.
So I'm stoked to get to go to Vegas with my homies, have a few drinks, play a show, maybe walk the strip a little bit, sleep in a van.
Vegas has become super Vegas now with the legalization. So
I
used to not like Vegas. I've been there so much and I just got so sick of it. But once they fucking took some steroids and became super Vegas, it's fucking amazing.
I don't think I've been there since that's happened.
Oh, dude, I just what was it? We went for my girlfriend's birthday, her 21st birthday. So like last year.
The best one.
Yeah, the best one. And it was a whole, because when I went to Vegas when I was 21, Vegas like bent me over, like no spit, no
no
warning,
lube.
That's how it usually is every time you go.
Raw dogging it.
Thumbs only.
Thumbs only. But both of them.
Same
2
time.
thumbs up. But it was terrible. Like it's so wonderful / terrible. And then I just went this last time with her, and it was such a different spin on Vegas. Like lit up a blunt. I'm like, I just had like one big drink, you know what I mean? And like blunt, like drink. I'm like, I'm not even like trying to like down a bunch of shots right now.
It's fucking great.
Or like
man.
get wasted. Like I'm just
Dude,
Big
we
going
gotta
down.
do that. That sounds like a whole other world. Because I remember my biggest stress of anywhere I go out of town is the weed situation. And being in Vegas with weed, or even trying to find weed was super stressful as fuck. I remember buying a gram of weed off of some fucking Rastafarian dude off the strip, and I fucking thought I was gonna get arrested. You know, you never know. You're just paranoid and shit.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure.
Bad looking. Bought bunk coke from a guy at Fat Burger. His last $90 he spent on coke at Fat Burger. We went to the hotel room. He did like 4 lines. An hour goes by. He's like, I don't think this is real. And then I fucking took some of my gums, like, this is bonk as fuck, bro. You got robbed. I was dying laughing. But it was his last $90.
Dude, I remember I got some bunk coke, and it was just, I'm sure it was just straight baby laxative.
Oh, yeah. Fucking A it was, dude.
Like, oh, man, that was
Which harkens back to the great story that I think we've told on here.
What?
With our buddy in high school selling fucking ecstasy to the freshmen when we were seniors.
Jesus.
But it was
100% laxative.
No, it was Viagra.
Oh, sorry, Viagra. Which is even better.
No, what's even better is
so they were selling to the freshmen. Like, that's probably the best.
It was just a friend of ours, and we were like juniors or seniors, and then a couple of freshmen went up to him like, hey man, you can get ecstasy, right? And he's like, yeah. And he go down to Mexico with his dad and just buy bulk fucking Viagra for some reason. I don't know why. And
we all know why.
Oh, we know why. We know why. Yeah.
Self-egg ecstasy.
Yeah. And then, well, it wasn't like a thing he just plotted. It was kind of, he just came up with it on the spot.
It was awesome.
And then but this is the funniest part. He sold it to them, and then they went home. They had never done it before. They had so much fun that Monday they came back and wanted more. So these 3 dudes went home, got all bonered up, thought it was ecstasy, and then came back the next week and asked for more.
That is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. Can you imagine being like 15, like, let's do it, guys, we're gonna try ecstasy.
And you're like, this is awesome.
Like, dude, I think it's working. You guys rolling? Look how hard I'm rolling right now. Like, this is your first experience, and you think this is what rolling is. Like,
he probably scarred those dudes for life when they found out the real deal.
Dude,
yeah, no shit.
Can you imagine? Like, you just go like the next day you go tell all your friends how hard you were rolling with your homies, and like maybe you tell someone who's actually rolled before, like, what was it like? Did you do light shows? Did you guys like do anything crazy? Like, well, we kind of just
got boners.
Got boners.
It felt great.
Yeah. Like, that's rolling, right?
Yeah, imagine like them doing like at the same time with other people doing real ecstasy.
Dude, yeah, I imagine it's like that joke where the dad like gives their kid a coupon for blinker fluid to go into like
Oh man.
just on a whole way funnier level.
I work in like the space and defense industry, and we have engineers that come down, and there's some engineers that come in that are like just totally book smart, have no idea about anything else. You know what I mean? They couldn't fucking tell you what a 4x4 fucking was. You know what I mean? Like, so this one maintenance guy's doing work on a thing, and we're all standing around, and the maintenance guy goes, we go, yeah, we're gonna call in so and so as an engineer. And the maintenance guy goes, watch this, just play along. And then the engineer comes up and he's like, okay, so what are you guys going to do and how is it going to change? And the maintenance guy goes, I just need you to watch it right there from when the CAL-4 comes around. And he's just looking, the maintenance guy's just looking at me, and the engineer's like, what's a CAL-4? Wait, I fucked it up. He goes, yeah, edit. He goes, watch for that cow say right there. And the guy goes, what's a cow say? And everybody goes, moo.
You guys just fucking the engineers all the time.
What's a dick for?
Yeah. That's enough. There you go, dude. Thank you. On my fuck up, Jamie comes through.
Jamie rolls. He's our new sound audio guy. Came in.
So, anyways, back to Vegas. One thing that I noticed about being in Vegas and even all of Nevada is there's no more dickheads. It makes Vegas so much better because you have less dickheads. You know what I mean? Like the fucking
weed?
Tough dudes. Yeah, because everybody's smoking weed.
Yeah.
You don't fucking. You're on a
That's
dickhead when you're high.
Needs.
I think it's really weird when people like make like Vegas like a family trip. I think that's weird sometimes.
That is
yeah.
When I want to get day drunk, and they're like, I almost feel like I'm getting day drunk at this weird Disneyland.
That is very true.
Like, it's
You
weird,
can see
man.
families with kids and shit.
And like, you're smoking blunts, and you see them on the casino, like around the casino and shit. I'm like, we're all smoking cigarettes. Get these kids out of here.
Everyone's just lighting up, walking around too and shit. I mean,
yeah.
Are you allowed to, or just everyone kind of does it?
I think it's like I think there's some sort of like
just don't be a dickhead.
discrepancy, like be discreet.
Yeah.
No, I know. It's like in Cali, like me
Again,
and my buddy will walk down the street and smoke a joint. I mean, no one gives a fuck.
Yeah, again,
you just be respectful.
When you smoke pot and you smoke pot on a regular basis, you learn not to be a dickhead, man. So like you're just don't be a douchebag about it.
Yeah.
go
if there's an area where there's not a lot of people around, yeah, that's cool. But otherwhere else, I don't see that happening.
Now when there's thousands of people,
yeah, it's like
down the sidewalk.
Dude,
Yeah.
when I first started working for the cultivation, oh my gosh, dude, like, cause I smell like weed every day and like bad, like very bad.
It's just in your fucking clothes and your
Dude,
pores.
so
and
bad.
fucking-
Do you have to like put your work clothes like in a bag when you get
Dude,
home, just so it
it's
doesn't
so
fucking
terrible.
make everything
Like,
stink?
I wouldn't give a
all
fuck.
my clothes smell like weed.
I know, but what are you worried about? Who cares?
Dude, so you think
That's
that?
awesome.
No, dude, you think that? Me
Just
too.
The
like,
looks, the cops, what?
dude, you think it for so long, like, you know, like fuck it, whatever, and you're like, damn, it smells loud in here, and like, ha ha ha.
You're at Best Buy,
Dude.
the gig squad's like.
And then like after a while, like, it's so annoying. Like me and Lacey are walking around, my girlfriend, and I'll be like, you see this guy fucking smelling around right here? I'm like, watch this. We're gonna walk right by him. Watch him. His name's probably Kyle. Monster in hand.
Monster.
So we walk by, man. He's like, I'm like, watch this. This guy's gonna fucking go nuts right here. So I walk by, obviously he's smelling like weed. He goes, dang, it smells like weed. And I'm like, hell yeah, bro. He's like, 420, blaze it, dude. Hell yeah, man. I smoke weed every day. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Got that shit. Hit me up. And I was like, you see this shit? Like, this is so fucking annoying.
I know, but like, I'm sure it's not you just work out of cultivation. I'm sure you blaze all day too. That doesn't fucking make your clothes smell like weed too.
Come on.
It's a different smell though, man.
Well,
It's
like,
a totally different.
So
smell.
I'll wear like a black shirt, right? I'll wear like a black shirt, and it'll come out like almost looks like it got glitter bombed.
Do you
Really?
take that shirt home,
Yeah, 'cause it's
home
like-
and try to
'cause
figure out
every-
ways to get that shit off of there?
Well, what some call yeah, like
What are you doing at the cultivation?
so I was originally just kind of harvesting, trimming up buds and whatnot.
Yeah.
And now I'm just kind of helping more in the grow process, which is kind of cool. I'm learning a lot right now. Just a lot about how plants work, I guess. It's so crazy. Like the head guy there gave it to me in like such a weird way that blew my mind. He's like, if you think about marijuana or any sort of plant really, it's probably like 1 million years like more evolved than any of us.
Mm-hmm.
Like and how they grow and what they think is necessary and how they adapt. So when you grow a plant, and let's just say you want to grow good plants. You want to have weight. Like weight's really big. So you're going to grow this plant, and it's probably going to grow up. And that's what everyone thinks is dope, really tall looking plant. The more you can start to vine it out, like with, tying it down or whatever it is, we have
Pruning.
Yeah, things like that. But you really affect, instead of getting like one big cola at the top, one big nug, we can measure it out here and, get light on all the smaller ones, because these, like, pretty much these nugs and leaves are going to fight to survive over all the other ones, grow leaves to block out the light, absorb more. So we're in there keeping the plants under control so they don't go out of control. That's kind of like just where I'm at right now. Just learning kind of about that, good signs, bad signs. I'm like, oh, okay.
How long have you been doing this part of it?
I actually, this part of it, probably like 5 months now, like 4 or 5 months. Real new.
Get ready to get fucking super nerdy, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm starting.
Super nerdy.
So crazy.
We got a buddy who worked in the same industry, and the crazy thing is, like, he didn't even smoke weed.
Yeah, no, my roommate, I met him through work, and he worked with me for the last year too, and he didn't smoke weed either. It's crazy.
It is. It's really weird. This guy didn't smoke weed. He didn't even smoke weed. Like when we all used to kick it, he never smoked weed. It was really weird. But he went in there and he became just like fucking super nerdy on this stuff.
Yeah.
And when I say super nerdy, I don't mean like a bad connotation. I mean like a really good connotation. Like if I'm really into something, I'm gonna get really nerdy into it. I'm gonna spend some time, learning everything about it. Dude, once you start getting into that, it takes over your whole life, and in a good way.
It's a really cool, positive work environment. Some days are really hard work, and they're long days. We have rooms that have up to 800 plants in them, and once one goes down, they all got to go down. You know
wow.
what I mean? Yeah, it's.
So all 800 plants are in the same stage of the cycle.
It's so we plant. So what we do is as soon as we cut down, we get everything out of there, everything out of one room. We kind of have rooms that are built differently. Some are smaller than others. Some will grow in buckets yay big. Some will grow in buckets like that, or like big old Home Depot buckets.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we'll kind of go either way.
Different growing processes?
A little bit. Different plants too.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe plant in kind of how much room. Some are on tables. Some we have like an irrigation system on the ground.
So, what do you think is better? Do you think that it's better to grow them hydroponically or use soil?
I haven't messed with soil too much. I guess it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Like I think it's more or less about like your controlled environment. To be
Yes.
honest, like
Yeah.
humidity levels and light cycles, feed cycles. Whatever your feed cycle is, you want to have, if you're going to use soil, have good soil.
Yeah.
If you're going to do, perlite or whatever it is,
Make sure that you have to have, if you're going to do something right, you got to make sure all your stuff that you're bringing in is.
Whichever way that you go about it, like you want, your roots to just be getting a good amount of water. You want to be getting, good light, making sure, plants are in good moods and things like that. Make sure it's like a child, you know what I mean? Like.
Do you guys have any specialty strains that you guys have exclusive? Certain grow houses and I know even dispensaries have strain specifics and stuff.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of them are getting to that point where they're doing strain specific, and I imagine just because it's getting so big that they got to, in order to maximize their profit.
It's more or less that like one thing is that so let's just say like you can look up through like any dispensary, usually like look up a strain or just look at their menu and look up the strain and it'll tell you what the strain is, sativa, indica, hybrid, whatever. But names get changed for like different reasons, and it's just tweaked.
I was just about. I don't believe any of these fucking names.
I gave up on the names years ago. Like I don't take them too serious.
Like Blue Dreams, Blue Lights. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like Skywalker OG. Like
not just that, but if I get Blue Dream from one dispensary and Blue Dream from another dispensary, they look completely different.
You should really look for like ones that are close in name, kind of like there's Skywalker OG and then there's like Starwalker OG and things like that. And those could just potentially be like different phenotypes from like, instead of taking another name, because like they can't name it that because it's like trademarked word.
Yeah.
So
that happens a lot, man, and all different kinds of things, and not just this industry. It happens it's ridiculous.
But it's kind of cool because like if one dispensary does have something like like let's just say they are two different names but super close, so like there's like Cookie Monster and then there's like Monster Cookies or something like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes like you can look at them like these are kind of similar, kind of not, but they're supposed to be similar, and it says like one's sativa, one not, or it could be kind of different phenotypes. You can, I don't know, a little entrepreneurship that I'm kind of learning.
Well, that's exactly where I was going to go next, is that it's going to be interesting to see how this evolves, because I like the fact that we have people here that might not have gotten into this part of it. And when I say part of it, I mean like where you're at, getting super nerdy on growing and maximizing growth and, the plant, learning the plant. I think that's the most important part. But it's going to be interesting to see where that goes from here. If we legalize it here and it gets to the point where anybody can grow, and then so people like you are going to be wanted, right? For people like us who may not know how to grow, but we want to maximize our 140 plants.
Help. Yeah, definitely. I want to get farther. I always want to go farther. So that's I'm hoping that right now I can just take advantage of the small foot that I have in the door into an industry that's only growing,
or even continue and move your way up in the industry you are now. I mean, that's key.
Yeah, I'm loving it. It's a really fun time. I personally think like concentrates, like this is gonna be.
Can we smoke that right now?
Go for it. Dab rig. Yeah.
Oh, just really quick. The only thing I'm worried about, I'm excited for all that too, and I mean. This I can't believe I'm living in this world already. I mean, on the verge of this. We never dreamt this. We talk about it all the time when we were growing up. I mean, to have weed was some fucking. I mean, it was scary driving around with it, smoking it, like you know what I mean.
Seeds and stems.
But where I was going with is I'm excited for that. But what I'm scared of is the Monsanto weed and the government bullshit and them stepping in and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's kind of fucking lame.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I just hope.
I don't want everything to get contaminated like corn. We have to start a seed bank. Everyone needs to have their own seed bank.
It's really cool though, because like usually when it hasn't been legalized here yet, and sometimes it's written wrong. You know what I mean? Like it's not written correctly. Like when things like that happen, so people vote against it, like not because they don't want it legalized, but because it's we could be taking advantage of it.
They're right up there. I'll grab them.
Are they in the second drawer, third drawer?
No, in the next to the drawers, by the pens. Can you grab that, Don Rizzi?
They're over here in the pen case right here. Sorry, I'm breaking up the fucking flow.
No, you're fine.
Oh, no, you're chill.
There you go, the scissors.
I might have to go grab the dab ring anyway.
It's right here.
Oh, it's right in fucking front of me.
And then
that little table right there, Don Rizzi. Sorry, not table. The little tray. Next on the very top, the little right there. Yeah, sorry, bro. Sorry, you real sorry. You get a raise.
All right, continue.
No, fuck, I forgot what I was talking about. No, I mean...
Oh, Monsanto and shit?
Just Monsanto weed and that bullshit.
Well, one of the things that you said, like, we never thought we'd be here. Not only did I never think we'd be here with this, but I just got done watching fucking, like, the 4th or 5th Avengers movie. And I get to fucking listen to any fucking song I want to at the fucking with a supercomputer in my pocket. Like this is the perfect world for us.
I was thinking about that earlier with Endgame, because I was wanting to ask you, like, McClane never thought that there'd not only be just a Doctor Strange movie and a Black Panther movie, but them to all be in the same movie and all this crazy shit. Like it is a very weird time. And then fucking episode 9's coming out of Star Wars. Like we never even knew episode. Like we don't care about Star Wars as much, but we have the ritual where we go see every episode with another buddy of ours. But
I don't know whether to think how amazing it is.
But like we never thought after episode 3, where there was a period where like, man, life sucks now because there's no Star Wars to look forward to. And then all of a sudden, episode 7, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But then it just kind of.
Well, I guess that makes me think a little differently. I don't know if it's to be happy, like everything's happening right now, or if I'm just fucking old.
I think we're like on an alternate. I think we're on an alternate timeline.
That's cool too, man. That's fucking cool too.
Man,
whatever. As long as I'm happy
every day.
Yep. As long as I'm happy, I'm good to go, man.
That's gonna happen. I mean,
that's crazy. You bring that up.
Stem cells and fucking all kinds of crazy shit.
I just it was something crazy. I think I just came across. Maybe I don't know how true it is. I was kind of high, just scrolling my phone one day. But it's apparently this kid who was like paralyzed from like the neck down, like started getting movement and stuff from stem cell.
I heard that.
Yeah, did you hear about that?
Yes.
I didn't read too much into it.
Yeah,
but
and his toes, right?
I think it was
toes
I think
and
it was
feet.
in his like toes and feet. I'm like, dude, that's crazy.
Dude, one of the craziest Joe Rogans is when Mel Gibson was on there because it was out of nowhere and he was like, Mel Gibson, what? And it was only like an hour episode, but he only did it because Mel Gibson was only promoting stem cells. And he has a story where he talks about his 90-year-old dad, and they shot him up with pretty much his whole body with stem cells, and he's running around like he's in his 30s now and shit.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
I remember he brought that up in another episode.
Yeah. Like, dude, you gotta watch that episode.
Yeah, because he actually brought the doctor on. He flew him in from wherever he does. I think they have to go to Colombia or
Panama.
Panama. Yeah, what the fuck? That sucks.
So crazy.
Like we're the greatest country in the world, and we got to go to fucking Panama to get the best medicine in the world. That's sad.
Well, not just that, but just the prices of medicine. That's a whole other fucking subject. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's circle it back around. The prices of medicine are gonna start staying low once we start legalizing this and this. You know what I mean? You start legalizing this stuff, and you're not gonna be taking the same drugs that you're taking right now, and it's gonna be better for you. So I think that again.
I heard Joe Rogan. I can't remember. I heard Joe Rogan bring up this some sort of smart person, but they were talking about no, not Elon Musk. But they had just brought up in conversation that they're now using like MDMA therapy for PTSD.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Ketamine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, not just
ketamine.
that. Right there, that guy.
Bufo Olivarius.
So I mean, it's.
Do you know about the toad?
Like the one that makes you hallucinate?
Yeah.
5-MeO DMT.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right there.
Wonderful thing, man.
Oh.
We'll talk about it after show.
Yeah, I gotta do some DMT.
Talk about it now. Why not?
Yeah, I guess. It's getting to be a good time in Arizona for living in Arizona. I'll just put it that way. So,
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Never done DMT. I wanted to.
It can be scary, man.
That's what yeah.
But you know what? Here's why I'm scared of it. And this is gonna sound really weird, but this is why I'm scared of the breakthrough. Like, I'm not scared of the other shit because I've been through the other shit, you know what I mean? But the breakthrough part is what scares me, because that breakthrough, my whole fucking life is going to change in an instant. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the scary part isn't that some people are going to say I'm crazy thinking this is scary, but it's going to change, but it's going to change for the better, right? Like, in an instant, 12 to 20 minutes, my whole life is going to change for the better. But it's going to change so drastically that I can't stop the train at that point.
I don't know what you're scared of. That sounds awesome.
I don't know if it's a different type of scare. It's a different type of fear. It's a different type of fear.
I heard a rumor that like maybe their scientists are actually figuring out like how to control like a DMT trip and like string it out longer or something like that.
Yeah.
He just brought this up.
Yeah.
It's an IV drip, and it's a constant. Instead of giving them like 10 minutes,
and they're
gonna do it. They're gonna do it for an hour.
And
they're gonna
they're
gonna be tripping that whole fucking hour. It usually lasts like what?
12 minutes.
12 minutes. They're gonna be tripping, and then they're gonna be they're gonna be doing fucking notes and seeing the side effects, and they're gonna be talking and shit to them. They're gonna be like, what the?
They're gonna be trying to like map out the universe or something like that. Like that's
the government's already got to be.
But you
doing
know what?
that.
I can tell you right now what. Well, I don't know for sure, but this is what I think is gonna happen once they do that.
Someone's gonna get stuck there.
I think everything.
That's a great movie.
Hold on. I think everything's gonna go fucking great for the first like 12 minutes, and then the being, and people know what I'm talking about. The being that comes to everybody is gonna go, no more. We know what you're trying to do here, and your intentions are bad.
Really?
And it's gonna go click, and nothing's
Natural
gonna
disasters
happen.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So you want to doubt?
It's gonna go Thanos.
I'll wait for another blind.
It's gonna go Thanos is what it's gonna do.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, natural disasters, I think.
Fuck, I don't think so. I think it's gonna turn it off. I think it's gonna the dudes to be like, I'm completely sober now. You know what I mean? Like whoever that being is that you see in your DMT trip that tells you what it tells you, and it always tells you not to be selfish. It's gonna recognize that for being selfish and gonna go, well, you're not gonna get any more. We're just gonna give you the 12 minutes worth that you should be getting. You know what I mean? Like, because everybody that I hear that takes this DMT and that does it in the way that I'm trying, if you do anything with any bad intentions, it doesn't fucking work. Mm-hmm. How fucking crazy is that?
Is it a bad intention though for us to try to? Because a lot of people believe that maybe what you see or whatever it is, and I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna say no, but a lot of religions have come off of this, or like
you're
beliefs,
right,
or like
you're 100% right.
Yeah, so and a lot of them talk about beings that they've seen. Like, what if they are out there in the no dimension? Like, you find this being, like, you figured it out. Now we're gonna give you light speed or something crazy
Hey man, I don't doubt any of that shit, man. Like, I'm one of those guys that thinks that aliens are real, and I fucking spent 3 years going to school for fucking theology.
Wasn't Moses a DMT trip?
I think, well, Moses wasn't a DMT
tree, yeah.
Yeah, well,
that's what I'm saying.
But it's funny because
maybe that's how it happened, is what I'm saying.
I'm cool with that. Well, we all know what cannabis is and what the pineal gland is because of our forefathers, and I mean way forefathers, the first civilization, the Sumerians, the Egyptians, these motherfuckers were using cannabis daily, and they were using their medicines to ignite their pineal gland for a reason. So this shit is, I mean, if our forefathers knew that created civilization, everything that has been created up until now, whether it be our fucking country, our books, the Bible, everything has been created on this.
Dude, I heard some crazy shit about the Bible the other day.
Let's hear it.
And, like, I mean, just something that was just wild. That, like, especially with, like, when you really think about how it's written. So, like, each book or whatever that's, like, written or whatever, a few verses. Because I heard Sam Harris talk to this, like, expert on this. This guy went and, like, studied this for, like, 4 or 5 years or something. But pretty much if I was to, like, tell you, or let's just say I died tomorrow, and you have to write down what happened in this podcast tonight, but you have to do it, like, 40 years from now when you figure out how to write.
Yeah.
Like,
that's exactly what it was. So
I've heard that before.
Where he's going with this is, for people... It's very easy for people who are hardcore Christian to fight this, and I'll tell you how they fight it. Just remember this. I'll tell you how they fight it in a second. But the reason what he's saying is this. The way that the New Testament was written, it's not like one person sat down and wrote the whole fucking thing.
right.
It was one dude wrote a 4-page paper, put it away. 10 years later, another dude wrote like a 200-page paper, put it away. 300 years later, 10 dudes each wrote 10-page papers. And then in 365 AD, the Roman fucking emperor goes, I want all those papers. And I want to choose which ones are good to my idea of creating power, right?
Right.
Not fucking helping people. This is all based on power. And so I'm only going to put in the books and the papers that people written that I think will help my agenda, right?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why women aren't considered good in the Bible.
Yeah.
That's why, fucking all the bad things you can think with the Bible are fucking there for a reason, right? But the biggest thing that you're going about with that is none of those books were written at the same time, and none of them, it's been scientifically proven with theology and history majors, none of them in the New Testament are written by the people they say. Not even Paul's letters, not anything that Paul's did, because those were the only ones that people said that they thought might be written by him. It was written by his scribe. None of those motherfuckers wrote any of that shit, right? That's so crazy. How fucking crazy is that? And people are going to war, and nations have been killing nations for fucking thousands of years over shit that isn't real.
I think it's really weird how some religions are, like, adapting now. Like, I think that one's, like, really weird. Like, and I'm not saying I have any, problems with, like, people that are gay or anything, but, like, do you remember, like, maybe 20 years ago or something like that, being gay was, like, a fucking sin.
Oh,
People,
yes.
like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you didn't
just
go
20
like,
years ago.
Yeah,
That's not
yeah.
that long ago.
No. And, like, now it's like, oh, we have, like, gay churches and stuff like that. I'm like, I thought that wasn't okay. It was what you guys said. Like,
Yeah.
And not only that,
You know
but
what I
Well,
mean?
it's funny because if you go into those churches, there's a certain generation of people you don't see there.
I didn't even know there was gay churches.
I mean, I've
You don't
I've
see
heard
old
about
people
it.
there.
Yeah, that must be.
What?
You never see old people at those fucking places, man.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
they all died of AIDS.
Jesus.
Jesus, right?
When funny's
God.
funny's funny.
Dude.
Man.
Oh, shit.
That was fucking classic.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna get banned on Twitter now.
But
Clip.
I just thought that was really.
We just got our clip for the show.
Yeah.
Market 41 minutes in.
But you're right, man. And again, I say that's because of new generations.
Well, not just that,
coming.
verbiage changes too. Like you could just say,
yes.
everyone would be like, "That's gay. This is gay. That's you know what I mean." But
Yeah.
now it's kind of like you'd be like, "That's gay," but then you kind of like look around now. Like if
Oh,
you're like
dude.
me, because I'm not gonna lie, I used to say that. Everyone
say
everyone
that
say
still,
that, You know
dude.
what I mean?
I say it
You know what?
still.
Actually, let me tell you
Fuck
something.
off. I say it still.
I was just
Actually, you know
recently
what? Something. Let me tell you guys something. I'm actually really good friends. One of my really good friends is gay. he says that. He'll
I
text
was
me,
just about to say.
that's gay. This
Yeah.
is gay. Like, so I think it's just really sensitive people that a small group that
it's
are
just
making,
somebody that wants.
I'm not
get
saying it's
something
right
out
to
of it.
say that or to do that, but
It's I was on stage one time, and I'm glad we were at like a small show, but I called like somebody a faggot, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Well, it's weird because that word doesn't connote.
how does that come up out of show? You're like, you're a faggot. Was he like being a dick or?
Yeah, my bass player's a dick.
Oh, just kidding. So you're a bass player?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like
yeah,
someone in the
faggot.
crowd. That's what you were saying.
I kind of felt bad after saying it. I was like, oh yeah, it's probably not very nice.
Well, it goes along with how we're I think we're becoming a better version of us as in humans, and we're kind of evolving a little quicker right now in these times and ages because we're realizing like this who cares about this shit, you know what I mean? And by that I mean hurting anybody. Like nobody wants to really hurt anybody on purpose, and if they do, I don't want them part of this society.
Yeah, but people like to put people on blast and don't give time to like.
I know.
When you do make mistakes and things and all that kind of
sucks.
sucks. It's a hard time.
It sucks. It does. It sucks because it all comes down to this: the almighty dollar. Maybe the thing that we want to get to by changing all of what we're changing is maybe to change it so that the ultimate thing isn't this anymore, and it's this.
That's not gonna happen.
That's the goal, but you're probably right. That's the sad part.
No.
I don't know, man. Like it's so crazy.
The people are in control of the whole world are just all about this,
yeah.
and there's never gonna be that power shift unless.
Dude, I feel like Russia's just fucking with us though. Like all the social media groups that they've made, and like,
are they making social media groups?
you never heard about this?
No.
They've been fucking making bots for the election. And all
Oh
that
yes,
shit.
how they
yes,
swung
yes,
the
yes,
election
yes,
and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
all
yeah.
kinds of
Like it
shit.
just shows them like.
But not just that, but Star Wars, like Episode 8, like a majority of the hate they admitted was from like Russian bots, like hating on Episode 8, like creating all the hate.
Are you
for that.
serious?
I swear to God. Look, Google that, Jamie.
Bastards.
Fuck
No
Russia.
way.
It's the Russian.
Even Ryan
brigades.
Johnson tweeted that he was like, yeah, it was crazy. So
The Russian what brigade?
So not just Star Wars. I'm sure with all kinds of things they're just fucking with. Let's just fuck with this kind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's so like just how easily influenced we are, or how much like we have to prove a point. Like,
Yes.
calm down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna calm down. I am Gender Z.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man.
So let me ask you to harken back to the music stuff. How long you been doing
So
the music stuff?
I've been playing guitar since I was about 11 years old, and I've always loved punk. Punk rock is like it's always been my favorite music. But I came from like a suburb town, like out in Surprise. It fucking sucks out there. There's no room for musicians.
I know what you mean. I live
It
out
sucks
there.
out there.
Yeah, it's fucking. I'm glad I don't live out there.
It's because it's so new.
And we moved out there when I was young too, from the Bay Area of California, and like
You went from one of the best places in the world to one of the worst places.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So you just get into punk.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
well, my parents had my parents had us really young, so like my mom was like about 18 or 19 when she had me in '92, so like
Damn, I feel old.
well, she was she was just always around like.
Good music?
Yeah, good music. You know what I mean? It was really
Fucking
good
A,
music.
That's cool,
yeah.
man.
My aunt was like really into the ska scene. So like
What part of the Bay?
So I was born in Monterey and then we lived in Salinas.
Okay.
So kind of I guess just like we were like 15 to 20 minutes I think out of Monterey.
So like, is that north or south of that?
Central. It's like central. It's Central California.
But like north of the Bay or south of the Bay?
I believe it is cuz
Jamie?
right.
California rich value.
Anyways,
Yeah.
So that part at that time,
Yeah,
was
because like
one
we're
of-
just like a little south of San Francisco,
Yeah,
not too far off, but
that part of that time there was some really good music coming from that area of California.
yeah, there really was.
Fucking really good music.
And Southern California too. Like I really loved Pennywise growing up.
Yeah,
Pennywise
yeah,
was
yeah.
really
Was
good
there?
one.
We were messing each other the other day. Was there a certain band that like influenced you to want to even pick up the guitar? For me, it was Nirvana. I just like when I saw Nirvana, I was like, I want to fucking play guitar. So was it?
I didn't want to play guitar.
Oh.
I never wanted to play guitar. I came home from a summer after hanging out, because we went back to California every summer with my grandparents, so my parents could work and whatnot, and we could, just not be a burden on them while they were doing stuff before we started school again. So we went back a lot for our breaks back to California until my family kind of just trickled down here. But I came home from a summer hanging out with my grandparents, and my mom's like, and I got you guitar lessons. I was like, what the fuck?
Is that 11 years old,
like,
you said?
That's nobody that ever fucking sticks with a guitar has that story, though, right?
No shit. That's true.
Yeah. So,
usually when you forced on you, you're like, fuck this.
Yeah,
yes.
after like 3 months.
And yeah, it was a little forced on me. And then like after a few lessons and like getting the hang of like just like, because he taught me, I had a private guitar teacher that we just like knew locally. So he would come over once a week to my place, and we'd play for like an hour, and he would teach me, he taught me on notes and, blah, blah, blah. And I'm learning string by string. So I'm spending like 1 week learning.
Dude, I did that.
And at 11 years old, I don't want to fucking do that. I want to go skate or something.
That's really cool of your mom for her to do that, because as much as you hated it, that's a discipline an 11-year-old needs. You know what I mean? I wish I had that.
Yeah,
that
no,
discipline
for
more
sure.
I know it sucks as a kid, but you need that time out and to try to.
No, for sure.
So,
it's.
But you're right. No one ever sticks with it. So that's badass. You're still fucking rocking out.
Yeah,
man.
I think about so after I got through all the strings and learned a chord, I was like, okay, I kind of like this. I know.
Were you at that point? Were you before you got to that point? Had you already went on the internet and gotten the tab for it and learned how to play other shit?
Yeah. So I was learning through notes a lot.
Yeah.
And Mel Bay Guitar Book 1.
Yeah, my teacher Greg would come over and this is what this one is and correspond here. And so when I finally ventured out, I didn't even know how to look up
a song,
anything.
Yeah.
And it was typed out tabs, so you see all the dashes and stuff. I'm like, what the hell is this? I've never even seen these little numbers and stuff. I'm like, what's going on? So I ordered sheet music, and I was looking at it. I'm like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. This is what that means. And then
once you figure out tablature, it opens up a whole world, dude.
I can't.
And then
I don't think I can
for
read
me,
music
once
anymore.
you get the power chord, and you're like, oh, power chord, oh shit,
dude. Yeah, I remember when I definitely hit my first power chord. I was like, what the fuck? And I didn't know about them for so long too.
Oh yeah,
because I've been learning, a string a week or something like that.
Dude, I had Mel Bay's Guitar Book 1 or whatever. I was doing the same fucking thing. I was learning Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on one string. I'm like, this fucking sucks. And then about 2 months later, Nick Scarletto moved in across the street. He was huge into Def Leppard, which I hate. I was into Nirvana and shit, but he was this shredder dude, and he had a Strat, and I was like, he is so fucking cool. He showed me a tablature. I remember going into fucking Mega Foods on 59th and Bell, and it was the first time I ever stole anything too, because it was not Guitar World, it was Guitar Hero. I ripped out heart-shaped box out of it and put it in my pocket.
Where they would show the 4 songs every time.
Yeah. I just ripped out the 3 pages, put in my pocket. That was my big theft, ever. So I was kind of I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then took it home, and that was one of the first songs I learned was heart-shaped box. But once you start playing the tablature, you're like, oh my god. And then you start playing the chords. And when you learn with an easy band like Nirvana or some punk bands, you start getting the chords oh, this is how you do it, and then you can start. And then you start kind of writing your own music and stuff. It's really fun.
My big thing right now is I want custom everything lately. I just want some sort of to make it my own. And I just pieced together this guitar.
Oh, I think I saw that. That's badass.
Oh wow,
you made
dude.
that?
That's fucking beautiful.
I don't want to say I made it,
but yeah, you pieced it together.
But yeah, absolutely. So
actually, can you show that to the camera?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is on my Instagram and stuff too.
Yeah, that's bad as fuck, dude. Did you rock that last night?
Oh yeah, it was its debut
I
show
love
last night.
that big dreadnought in the back. It's fucking dope,
dude.
So let me get this right. So with Square, you played with Squared, and then got off, and then played with Rundown Roommates.
I played with Rundown Roommates, got off, and played with Squared.
And do you do the same thing in both bands?
So in Rundown Roommates, we're a 3-piece, and
I love that.
Yeah, more of a lead singer, front man, and then
you play guitar though too.
Yeah, and play guitar. Yeah. And then in Squared, I play a lot more lead guitar. I don't have to sing nearly as much. Kind of just doing some backups. I've got some verses and whatnot, but a lot less singing for me to where I can stop and focus and maybe do some more solo stuff and scale work.
Does it ever get stressful having the both bands with scheduling stuff? Do they ever overlap, or do you have enough time to do both?
Well, so far so good. Rundown's been in recording and just trying to get a project out for the last forever because of how long the project took us. So
the last forever.
It can be sometimes, but we're on a pretty good practice schedule. For the most part, I don't have to practice with Rundown as much just because.
You guys know your shit at this point?
Well, my drummer is like a music teacher, so like, he teaches theater drums and all sorts of stuff, marching band, and we spend
busy.
Yeah, like pretty much busy, but like very much like always playing. It doesn't take him very hard to catch on.
Yeah.
My bass player plays bass, guitar, mandolin, harmonica. He's he also like records and whatnot and builds pedals. So I work with two really, really talented guys where we just need maybe like, let's try to just get 2 practices before our show in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Where, we'll be pretty solid. We'll do like one right midweek, and then we'll do like one maybe just before the show, and we'll be solid. We work on new stuff in the studio. That's pretty much like where we really
That's
get
how you
new
write?
Stuff.
In the studio?
We'll kind of like write acoustically and like get
That's
like
cool.
all
I
the
love
ideas.
that.
We'll just sit there forever, be like.
I think that's the best way to write is acoustically, man. I love any song is starting it off on acoustic.
Yeah,
because if you can write an acoustic good, it's gonna translate to electric no matter what.
Yeah, so what we'll do usually is we'll write a song. We don't know how we want it to go.
But real quick, how do you guys write a song? Is it everyone writing? Are you just writing? Do you come in with a whole song?
We'll get drunk.
Like practicing?
We'll get drunk whenever. But
True that.
Whenever we really gotta do something usually. Like before we even think about writing, like let's go fucking party.
Yeah.
Let's
young.
Let's go treat ourselves a little bit. Like let's go do something. Let's go out. Let's go to the bar, get fucked up. Like let's get something going at the house. Like we don't even need to be playing music. Like let's just go do something. And like maybe we'll write like little one-liners on like a bar napkin or like put little things on our phone that night. And then we'll go have breakfast the next day, something like that. And we'll kind of sit on all the little one-liners and maybe try to write little themes around them. And we'll send ideas back and forth for about a week.
You're talking about just lyrics.
No, everything?
Yeah.
So the song starts with the lyrics and then you write the music to it? Like how do the riffs come up?
It's so...
So when you're doing this with the lyrics, how do you merge that with the music?
Well, when you're drunk, you just like get melodies going. You're like, da, 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 da.
Oh, so you're coming... Oh, yeah, no, but I'm talking about the music.
Oh, and the music, it starts to, like, you just kind of, like, I sit there, and I'm like, okay, I want to be like, da, 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 or something like that. I'm like, so where would I start? Like, where do I want to go? Like, duh. Like, that first,
But do you guys all jam together?
We'll all jam together. Like, every now and then we'll just jam, like, a few ideas. Like, hey, that's a cool riff. I feel like we write around...
So you guys write... Basically, most of your guys' writing isn't jamming together. It's coming up with shit on your own and then showing it to each other?
Yeah. And then...
Gotcha.
So, like...
That's very interesting.
Yeah, so... And a lot of times, I don't know...
Some of the best albums ever written have been written that way, which is really cool.
Well, the cool thing is like, I don't know how it works out like this. It just always has, especially for at least Rundown roommates, because we're a little bit of a smaller group. But, like, when I'm working on something, I'll go to show, like, my bass player. He's like, dude, I'm working on something, and I'll just put it in the key that you're playing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes.
And it
like,
works. That's great when it works perfectly like that.
And it just works that
That's
way.
Awesome,
it's
dude.
so much better. Like, we definitely, like, if we're going to bring an idea, like, we're going to bring one to match it and try to make the mix more than, like, have 2 separate ideas. Like, it's definitely a team effort. Like,
so you've never came in with, like, hey, guys, I got a song. I have the lyrics. I have the fucking, the whole song. I just need you guys to add bass and drums.
Yeah, I definitely have. We all have too.
That's cool.
That's nothing.
When you're working with people who are musicians with multiple instruments, it probably helps that.
Yeah,
it's more or less like. So if we do have like a full, like I wake up at 2 a.m. and want to write a full song, definitely happens. Or I've written out this whole song off that bar napkin we wrote.
Yeah.
We really try to like grab for idea we really try to grab for ideas of like times that we've shared or like been in or like
you all
similar
enjoy
situation.
It. You're all happy being
very
there.
Working class and whatever. Like, dude, remember that that lyric I dropped about like a bar napkin and like the yucca or whatever? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, like I think I put it to this. I'm like, dude, I have something that goes just with that. Like I have an idea
Yeah.
that I've been working on. Like, he'll change his key. I don't know. We work together to make ideas like bigger instead of just having like,
one person, so
one
you're
building
all-
block
yeah,
spread
yeah.
out, like building blocks spread out. Like you can make these fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's when we get creative. Like, oh, dude, like,
Yeah.
well, if you do it that way, I got to do it.
That's my funnest part in when I was in a band is that part right there, the writing and the arranging of the song, and I just love that shit. That's why I was asking about the writing process. It interests me.
Yeah.
And bands do it so different. I've never heard of a band going out and writing on the lyric like. Usually, there's the singer writes the lyrics. You know what I mean? That's kind of cool. Like the whole band writes.
Yeah.
it, you know
Well,
what I mean?
Freddie doesn't write much lyrics, but like he. The cool thing about a drummer is he knows like what emotion like we want to get across like dynamically. You know what I mean? And he just is super super fucking talented too. Especially since he teaches so many kids. He
Yeah.
teaches really young kids, and then he teaches like high school drum lines and things like that and marching. So he's extremely creative. When we're like, do whatever you want. Like I'm not telling you what to do. My bass guitar player is absolutely insane. I play with a lead bassist, and I'm like rhythm guitar. He shreds. It's absolutely
That's the best thing
insane.
you can have as
I was
a
just about to
singer,
say that,
guitar
yeah.
player. The best thing you have, in my opinion, in a band is the bass and the drums. That's to me the foundation of all music. Guitar, everything else just goes
Rhythm.
over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if they got that, they're tight together and they're bad as fuck on their own, then that's badass, man. You fucking
So when it comes and then once we get some ideas together, sometimes we'll write a whole song like right before your eyes. Sometimes like I got a few ideas I'm sitting on. Like I'd rather just come with like a better idea like next time or something. Like maybe something a little more structured.
And sometimes you have those songs that you just can't find.
Yeah, we've written songs so many different ways. Like I don't really know how our writing process goes, but like sometimes we'll just freestyle until we like really find stuff we like just strumming guitars.
Once you guys have these songs, where do you guys record them at? Do you have a go-to studio? Do you guys record on your own?
So we just recorded with our homie Kevin and Brainzap, who's a local band out here. Really awesome guy. He just did our last EP with Rundown Roommates. And then I've recently started doing work in Squared with Cosmic Soup Recording with our homie Jeremy, and he's in a few other bands, No Composure and Torn at the Seam. So it's a really awesome community of people that we have.
That's always my favorite part is that whole community that.
It's amazing.
The punk scene always seems to be fucking.
Yeah, it's really
fucking
really
tight
supportive.
and just supportive and
we have people that print shirts and do.
It's all DIY.
Yeah.
Fucking and everybody wants to help everybody and I want to see that for the whole scene, not just music, not just one type of music. I want to see that whole scene to be like that in Phoenix. With how good everything's going.
I played hip hop guitar for like 4 years before I started a band.
Say that again. Explain that to me.
I played hip hop guitar for 4.
Like in a hip hop band or like just,
I played for
just
a hip hop
writing?
artist live.
Really?
Yeah, I would just be a live feature for him.
That's fucking badass. That's like old
my homie
school
Joe
Freddie
Matthew.
B and Too Short shit.
I love
man.
when rap artists have live musicians.
Yeah,
I'm
Too
like,
Short's
fuck yeah,
like
when,
Too Short,
especially when they have
yeah.
a live drummer.
Yeah,
You're
we
just
have.
like, oh yeah.
So we were young. We were really. This was like the most like hardest part of like my music career, and like definitely like the most eye opening. So I couldn't find anyone in Surprise to start a punk band with. I couldn't find anyone that was like. I don't want to say like I couldn't find anyone that was like talented at that point. Like people like who've never tuned a guitar. Like I want to just do it. I'm like I want to be serious about it a little bit. No offense to anyone that like know, because a lot of great bass players come out of that, or guitarists or musicians come out of situations like that. I just wanted to move a little faster and get my name out there. I've been just playing for so long at
You're
this
ambitious.
point. Yeah, I was really ambitious.
I get that.
And the only other person that I knew that was doing music, and he approached me, was like, hey man, I went to grade school with him, and like in high school, we went to high school together. And he was like, dude, I'm really getting serious about rapping. Like, I just want to get it started. His name's Joel Matthew, and he's out in L.A. right now. Just dropped a project.
So he's good.
Yeah, he's good.
Was he good then?
He was really good. I thought so. And
Is he a white dude?
no, he's Hispanic.
Hispanic dude?
Yeah, he does not sing like like how you would think though, or his delivery is really good. And we had another guy going to school with us, Damon Logan, who's awesome out here in the scene too. And we did some tracks with him, and he became a good friend of mine. And
That's really interesting. I've
Yeah.
never heard
Badass.
anything about
Yeah.
that. That what that makes me proud that I didn't know about that, and that was happening so long ago with the younger scene, I would have never thought about that.
Dude, we're so
that's
old.
just
There's so many
well,
things
that's
we
just
don't know
it.
about
Like,
going
I know.
on.
That's just it. Though. Like,
That's why we have a
didn't
podcast.
have because we had this. We were like 17, 18 years old, and we had to slang these 21 and up tickets. Well, we're in high school.
Oh, I've done that.
Like, and like the hip hop industry is, I feel, definitely different than
It is
the punk rock.
100% different, yeah.
So,
But it's similar in ways too.
it was so hard in like 2000.
I couldn't imagine being young, like
yeah.
under 21. Yeah, that had to be hard.
Like, you have to be 21 to even see us play.
Yeah.
We're like 18. And we're trying to slang these tickets to like people's parents because we're playing with Slick Rick. You know what I mean?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Play with Slick Rick?
Yeah, we opened up for
Bro,
Slick Rick. And the biggest one was the last one that I actually ever did with him. He's still my best friend and stuff. You know, I'm not saying there's any bad blood.
Yeah.
That was like, we opened up for the game at the venue of Scottsdale.
Wow.
And that was really fun because I had another guitarist, a drummer, and a guy on turntables as well. He brought like everybody for this live set.
That's
And
badass.
we were, still really young. I think we were 20 at that time. And it was so much fun. And I was like, dude, I need to like, as much as I love doing this, like, I can't wait to like really, I'm going to get serious about my projects right now. And that's what really got me into starting bands.
Yeah, it's like we were talking about maybe before the show, at the beginning of the show, like that point when you realize that this is what I want to do. I want to be better.
Yeah, I really wanted to perform. I didn't realize how much I loved performing until I actually just started doing it. And I did it with one of my really good friends who was pursuing his dream. I'm like, well, this is the perfect time for me to just even start thinking about playing out. I don't want to play hip hop guitar forever, but like this will be fun. This will challenge me. Like I play punk rock. I play 5-chord songs, 4-chord songs, 3-chord songs. Like, so it was me like a lot listening to beats, like trying to match these little bass lines and stuff. But
did you have freedom to come up with guitar parts and shit, or?
Yeah, it was a little bit. So he wanted things certain ways, and I would like come up with ideas. And he'd be like, right there, you know what I mean? Okay. And then he's like, well, cut it off here and stuff like that. And make the riff maybe string out a little bit or chop up right here. I'm like, okay, like working with him, I wanted to get how he wants it, his songs to come across. He's worked so hard to put these beats together and to working with producers and catching me in for studio time. Like, just tell me how you want it, and we'll figure it out. Like, yeah. But now,
usually when you go into the studio and you go under that, tell me what you want and we'll figure it out, that studio time is wasted.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So and we were in high school together, so like let's just figure it out. Before.
Well, if you were doing it then fucking more power to you. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So and once I did that game show with him, he took off to LA, and like we still stay in touch. We're still super good friends. He just dropped some new project.
Yeah. What's his name? We'll have to.
Joel Matthew.
Okay.
Yeah. Really awesome guy.
And real quick, because we're getting close to the end of the show, but I always want to ask, people, if it's an actor we're talking to, I want to talk about their favorite movie and da-da-da.
Oh, yeah.
You brought up Pennywise and said that's what you kind of, one of the bands that you loved growing up. What were the bands that you loved growing up and some of the bands you love now that we may not have heard of?
Yeah, well, I definitely loved Blink growing up. My aunt knew Tom DeLonge a little bit when, way back in the day. Her boyfriend at the time went to church with him and stuff like that. So my parents went to a lot of Blink shows growing up. So Blink was definitely a huge family band for us. But a lot of I love Rancid, the Transplants. My first show was Pennywise and Social Distortion. We've played with Flogging Molly and NoFX before. I love Flogging Molly. Yeah, it's a really big one for me. Dropkick Murphys, Operation Ivy.
I was just about to bring up.
I love Scott too.
If you liked Operation Ivy, yeah.
Yeah,
that
Operation
was one of the bands
Ivy.
I remember listening to.
Streetlight Manifesto. I love,
What do you think of Blink-182 now?
I've said, yeah.
What do you think of their little? Yeah, we do.
Well, here's the way that I like to talk about it. What
do you think of the Little Wayne collab?
I think that's cheesy, but
I was asking
the way I just want to preface it by saying I like this question because I'm the same way. I'm not a fan of Blink. I'm a fan of their self-titled album. That album to me is one of the best albums ever written.
That's a really good one.
But I'm not a fan of them just because that was so different. Another list. But I also love Alkaline Trio.
Oh yeah,
Alkaline Trio was one of my all-time favorite bands too.
So
but to see them together,
I thought to myself, So I thought the California album was pretty good. If you're not gonna like, I don't know if you should call it Blink, whatever. Like, there are titles on everything. If we're saying fuck titles aside, I'm like, dude, I'm really excited to see like what Mark Hoppus and Max Skiba come up with. Like, they're really good songwriters, and they had really good production in previous projects aside from when they did Blink. Like Alkaline Trio, did some really really good records and things like that.
Even his soul, his Heaven stuff was amazing.
Dude, yeah. What is that? Angel of Death?
Yeah.
I love that song.
Oh man,
yeah.
That whole album, dude.
Yeah, that's what, like, you see all these really cool aspects of songwriting and how intricate Travis Barker is. So I thought like the first like California album, I'm like, this is pretty cool. Like, if you don't want to call it Blink, whatever, who cares? But this is some good songwriting. It's good production. There's some really cool guitar parts in here. It's not over-synthed. Like, there's some really good dynamic of singing going on, speed, some nostalgia in some songs. I'm like, I enjoyed it. When they got to the extended one, I'm like, wow, this is a lot of content.
Yeah.
Like, this is a lot. And I haven't even gotten through all of it. Like, I'm like, okay, well, these are good. And then they just, like, released, what was the Steve Aoki?
Yeah.
Like, they did the Steve Aoki, and I was
didn't
like,
even know that.
I think they're just trying to make money now. I hate to say it.
Hey,
and I'm cool with that.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Make your money, man.
I just want to...
Well, the only reason I was asking, because you said he was a fan.
Yeah.
Because it's always interesting. Because what I always wonder is, if Kurt Cobain never killed himself, would I still like Nirvana now? Probably not.
You're probably
to be honest
right.
with you.
I liked where they were going. When you can see where he was going, it was fucking... He was ahead of the fucking everybody.
I probably would have liked the next like 3 to 4 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I just feel like no one wants to be punk anymore. But Travis Barker, that's why he goes off and does the transplants and shit.
I fucking love. I was just thinking this yesterday, dude.
He's a bad motherfucker, man.
I was showing my brother a video about. It's gonna sound crazy, but it was a video of Halsey and that Youngblood dude talking about how they wrote that new song that's just, I guess, just on the album, just on the radio. And in the they were talking about how they wrote the song, and it was just like a quick, let's jump in the studio and write it really quick. And she talks about how she just got on the phone to call Travis to see if he would come in. He came in, one take, laid everything down, and left.
He's the best.
And I was thinking to myself, he's got to be in my opinion, my two favorite drummers who are still out right now, him and fucking Josh Freese. Like, I can't think of any a better drummer than Travis right now. Like,
the drummer from Tool's legit. But.
I think,
I was just watching a really cool video on him yesterday too.
I think when everyone like hears like best drummer, like, oh, like what's his snare count,
you
whatever.
can't really.
Like, listen, like, how creative can you really be? Like, how creative can you be to where when you hear drums, you know that is you drumming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, when you do, there's this drummer in the scene. He's called Shoei. Dude, shout out to Shoei.
What band was he in? A band?
He's in Torn at the Seam. He's in a few other bands too. I know I see him with Torn at the Seam a lot. But dude, that guy just has so much like soul. Like, he's got soul. When Shoei's behind drums, like, you can just hear.
I love that. Actually, that it's like the Snot drummer.
Yeah. I hate to say it, it's like Oompa.
I know.
I was about to say Oompa.
Yeah, I
too.
mean, I'm bummed out that.
I was hoping he was
here.
There's another guy usually here on the show. I was hoping to get to meet him, but he was in one of my bands. But he's one of my favorite drummers, and he's like that too. Where
and
he just has just an original style, an original way of writing beats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I would come with that basic 2/4, and it's like, how'd you come up with that? So badass and creative, drumming's my favorite thing in the world, dude.
So
I fucking
crazy.
love it. So
I grew up around drummers, and I'm like a little bit surprised I'm not one. But like, I grew up around a few different drummers that were really talented, and saw all sorts of different skill levels, and got to like sit in with studio drummers a lot. But man, like,
it's a different level when a drummer has really good style when he plays. I think that, I hate to say that, but there's something to be said. I mean,
are you talking about like as they play?
Yes, as they play.
Yeah.
Drummers. You have to be good at. You have to be a good drummer to get to that level, no matter what. But as soon as you add like the style and way you play,
you get like the guy from the Rolling Stones who has no expression.
Exactly.
There.
I fucking hate that,
dude.
I want to see fucking.
And then you get the guy from Snot who's fucking right into the hi-hat with his left hand.
I hate it.
Fucking out. Fucking.
I have a thing about like bass player guys who wear their basses up to here and don't wear shoes.
Yeah.
Dude.
Buns.
They're really like loving this small bass line they're playing. Like, they're the cover band the cover band at the bar, and this bass player loves his job.
Yeah.
He loves it. He's not wearing shoes. It's got his bass up to his chest. He's almost trying to jump, but not really. He doesn't know how to rock out.
Like,
I love that guy.
Put your fucking shoes on.
All right, so
hilarious.
before we end it, name a couple bands that are out right now that you're really digging that we might not have heard of.
Not just
That-
band, but local too.
yeah, local too.
Because
both.
Well, the local bands are just killing it right now. So I just saw Rancid play.
Yeah, that's
I love
badass.
anything that Rancid puts out. But I guess it really comes down to local. Skull Drug, awesome band. FOL, First or Last, they're fantastic. They're some of our brothers, and they just continue to put out good content.
That's a great band name, First or Last.
Yeah, they're FOL. That's what we all call them, and I think that's what you can actually find them as. I've just liked them for so long, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But those guys are absolutely killing it right now. Torn at the Seam has been really. They just played the Days on the Green with like Iration and
Was that during like the
whole
skull
420 thing? Yeah, they just played over there. They're absolutely.
That's a lot of fucking people, man.
Yeah. Critical Miss, little solo acoustic that goes out right now. Dude, she's so badass. Everyone loves watching her play. Like, there's something about like really good acoustic punk.
Yeah, I agree. That's hard. It's
really
hard.
killing
Yeah,
it right
talk
now.
about something hard to do.
Dude, she makes it look easy, and she'll open up for the most thrashiest punk shows.
I love shit like that.
That's amazing.
Puts everyone in a really good mood too. Like, there's nothing better than like your first few drinks and there's some really good acoustic punk going on. Like,
tight, dude.
Really cool, man. So there's a lot going on in the scene. It's just really exciting to watch it all grow right now.
Yeah,
dude. I love it.
If you know any bands that want to come on here, man, like, to be honest with you, my favorite people to come on are musicians and shit. I love talking to people in bands. Honestly, it's probably because I'm jealous. I fucking love how ambitious you are with this band shit, dude. Your drive. That's why I wanted you on here, man. To me, it's inspiring, dude, what you're doing. Like, I love people just go balls out with the music shit, dude.
Well, dude, it's the same like seeing you do all these auditions too, and
I
things
know,
like
but
that.
to be honest with you,
that's
man,
crazy.
I wish I could do that with music. Music's my number one, and I just couldn't get it to work. I'm a little bit older and shit now. I kind of gave up on it, but like, I love music shit, man, and it is jealousy. I fucking love what you're doing, man. I want to see you keep doing it, continue and shit. Fucking,
Thanks,
you're
man.
a bad
Appreciate
motherfucker,
it.
dude. That's super inspiring, man.
Thank you,
like,
man.
a lot of people, because most people are just posers, dude. They just fucking act like they're playing. Most bands are posers and shit.
Yeah, they're
you're
just there
doing
for
it,
the
man.
scene. They're there for the
You know
scene.
why I know you're doing it? Because your other band took what you thought was a hiatus. It wasn't. You guys were recording, and you joined another band. Like, you just want to fucking play music. You just want to be on stage.
To play, man.
That's badass.
I love to play, and I love to it's really cool. I'm just everyone I play with is my friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
That's how it should be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly how it should be. Like, I don't feel like I'm ever a gun for hire or
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that. I'm like here with my brothers, and we're like putting out music that we really believe in.
Where
Yeah.
can the listeners and the viewers find your
Yeah,
stuff?
plugs and all
yeah,
that?
anything that like almost like Spotify, YouTube. We're on Facebook. I'm in Rundown Roommates and Squared. We're putting out some new Rundown Roommate stuff here soon, and I'm hopping in the studio with Squared right now. We've been writing with them.
Perfect.
Those 5 songs, are they coming out soon or?
Yeah, I'm hoping to shoot for. We're going for next month. I'm hoping to get it out before my birthday on the 27th.
Okay.
I don't want to have to worry about it on
Yeah.
my birthday.
Yeah.
And I just know if at this point, we're just getting like all of the text on the back going because we played with so many different people. And we want
Yeah.
to make sure everything's spelled right.
Yeah.
We want to make sure
That's
the
cool that
track
you're
is,
doing that.
Yeah. We're like, okay, should we put the track name and then like featuring and like how are we gonna do this? You know, like we just want to make sure it's right. We got everything together. You know, the album artwork was done by a local tattoo artist who's also in a band that I
What's
grew
his
up
name?
with. His name's Johnny, and he works over at Ohm Ink Gallery. He's about to hit the New York Tattoo Convention, I think, here pretty soon.
Very
Fuck
cool.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, he does really good traditional, and he did the artwork for the project.
Where's his shop?
I want to say it's 91st in McDowell. He works at an Ohm Ink Gallery over there.
Ohm Ink Gallery?
Yeah,
OHM?
OM.
OM.
Yeah. But I know it's not too far off from like the 10 and the 101.
Okay.
Oh yeah, man, dude, you're a bad motherfucker. I just want to say thanks for coming on, but you can come on anytime you want if you have other shows or albums
absolutely,
coming out.
yeah.
Like we're always looking for guests. And like I said, musicians, I love fucking talking.
Yeah, we'd love to see you guys at a show. I could introduce you to a lot of really fun people and make some memories.
Let us know, man.
Write some songs on bar napkins.
Fuck yeah. Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
man. You're about. Oh yeah, let me see the slate really quick so I can wrap here.
You gonna kick it after the show? So looking for that. You gonna kick it?
I think so. I mean,
Okay.
I got to check to see because me and my girlfriend just moved into an apartment. We got some furniture that might be
fuck
coming
yeah.
over that we really want.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah.
That's
So
a good deal.
I'm gonna see what's going on for sure.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, this is the Bogcast episode 19. That's a wrap. Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
brother.
Bad motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, dude. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
Oh, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Dude, of course, man.
That was fun. All right, let's go fucking smoke another blunt. Bang!